Guy is making the playoffs, but will he be home court playoff for the first round? Kevin Garnett coming up. Game time. Stick around.
Well, Bill Walton has checked the ball. Bennett Salvatore has almost had to duck because he made a hoop for Bill, and Bill was calling board. Up, little short. Oh, make a shot. We're ready now. We take a look at our Bud Light starting lineups, and they look like this. Seattle with Barry and Allen in the backcourt, Lewis and Evans up front with Drobniak, Hudson and Peeler in the backcourt for Minnesota, Kevin Garnett, Wally Szczerbiak up front, and Nasarovich for Minnesota at center. David Aldridge, third man on our team. Let's check in with D.A.
Guys, the Timberwolves feel like they're a team that's getting ready for the playoffs, but they don't know if they like what they're going to see when they get there. They want to get fourth place in home court advantage, which they've never had in the first round series. We all know that they've lost 6 straight in the first round. The problem is they might see the Lakers there, and that's the one team they do not want to see in the first round. They feel like they match up really well against Portland. Flip Saunders said this morning, given our history in the playoffs, it's probably fate that we're going to play the Lakers in the first round.
Yeah, what a great reward it would be if they got the 4 spot, finally got home, and that's who they meet, the 3-time champions in round 1.
Bring them on. Let's play some ball.
Brent Barry will open up with a 3.
Brent Barry's ready to play, bad knee and all. Brent been plagued by serious tendonitis in that left knee all year long. You just see he just does not have the stride at all.
Nasarovich leaving it for Peeler on the baseline, and Minnesota turns it over.
Seattle stunk it up last night. They were down in California's state capital, Sacramento. The Kings were awesome. Kings have won 9 of their last 10, as have the San Antonio Spurs. And last night, Sonics, no match whatsoever.
Ray Allen's first touch for the Sonics.
Beautiful give back by Barry.
And the big guy outside.
Drobniak has been on an incredible roll of late. 20-plus points virtually every night for the sharpshooting big man.
And again, Minnesota almost turned it over, but inside, Hudson got it to Peeler.
Minnesota has no excuses for that. They've been in Seattle since Sunday night. They hammered Portland on Sunday night, came up here, the short flight. They are rested, ready, and healthy with the exception of Troy Hudson, who's got a bit of a groin strain.
And he strained all the way inside there and missed the shot. The rebound comes off to the Sonics.
But Seattle is always a good place to come to get your groin fixed.
Why is that?
Well, because of the climate here. You can stretch it out.
Oh, okay.
You have a couple of days here.
Now he's turning into a weatherman. It's a humidity thing. Allen.
Oh, beautiful. One of the real differences between the Liberator, Ray Allen, and Gary Payton, the man he replaced, is that Allen rarely plays with his back to the basket, with the exception of that time. Nice turnaround.
Garnett on the baseline.
How can you stop that?
Pretty much most people can.
You just turn and jump in the air. You're 7 feet tall, incredibly long arms, and phenomenal leaping ability.
Allen for 3, off the mark. Hudson tracks it down on the baseline.
Wally Szczerbiak has to come alive here.
Flip Saunders told us before the game, when he shoots well, we play well. When he doesn't, we don't. He starts off the first time he touches it with his opening basket.
And it's really not been a defensive factor for Wally. It's really the fact that he had the serious toe injury that kept him out so much. Drobniak
in and out. Peeler the rebound. Minnesota with a chance to lead the strip.
Pete McMillan telling us that he's very concerned about Anthony Peeler, who regularly plays well.
And Szczerbiak, we're just talking about him, this time inside, drives.
Feet away. Got the 10th best offensive rebounder in the league. Come on.
Hey, most guys would take that.
How is he going to get offensive rebounds? He's shooting all the time.
He's probably going to have a double-double by halftime. He's got 12 points and 9 boards right now.
The guys who get the offensive rebounds are the guys that nobody guards. The guys who go to the weak side all the time.
Look at those numbers in the first half. And it's been a relatively quiet way to get 13, 9, and 6. Got both free throws for Garnett.
There's the brain trouble.
Doesn't look right at all. This, though, real right. MJ, 21 points, 10 boards, 4th straight double-double. But Antoine Walker, holla on the three-point jumper. Celtics, 2,064 three-point attempts, a new NBA record. And it worked. Boston beats the Wizards 87-83. The Bucks beat the Clippers 112-92, which means the Bucks now lead the Wizards by 2.5 games for that 8th and final playoff spot in the East. Jordan and company have work to do. Speaking of work to do, Nets and Hawks, big dog. Glenn Robinson missed the game. Newell started for Robinson. Jason Kidd, 50th career triple-double, 23 points, 11 boards, 12 assists. Not enough, though. Jason Terry reigned in the 3. He had 24.7 boards. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, 3 to ice it. Clutch. Hawks 11 of 18 from three-point land, so the Hawks in a stunner in front of about 37.5 people in Atlanta beat the Nets 97-92. Elsewhere, Pistons 111 over the Bulls 102. Remember, Pistons and Nets fighting for that top spot in the East. Hornets over the Cavaliers 100-81. Toronto and Orlando. I just got to tell you up front, Tracy McGrady had 37, including this ridiculous medieval. Are you kidding me? Off the backboard during the game. He did it in an all-star game, but in a game, 49th 30-point game this year. 15 of his last 17 games, he's gone over 30. That's just ridiculous. Orlando ends a 4-game losing streak. So Orlando now 7th spot in the playoff race in the Eastern Conference. They're 40-38. You see the Pistons with their win and the Nets dead even. Pistons own that tiebreaker.
Very well for Seattle, and he has had some support. You've got Brent Barry doing a nice job, Kevin Ollie, some big guys, Radmanovich and Drobniak. Oh, what a game. Let's go to overtime.
Let's check in with David Aldridge, D8.
Guys, the Wolves well aware that Portland lost, and we've talked about how important that home court would be for them if they wind up in 4th place. You also know here in the second half they need Rasho Nesterovic to play well and play bigger, as you mentioned, Bill. He's a guy that they really feel like can give them a lot of presence inside, especially against the teams with bigger players. Well, today, Wally Szczerbiak saying that Nesterovic is one of the guys that guards Tim Duncan, for example, as well as anybody in the league, and they need him in this second half.
He just did a pretty good job defensively. Missed on the lob from Garnett, but he did get a partial block on the shot by Reggie Evans.
Full reset of the shot clock, and it looks as if Nesterovic has come out and listened to Flip Saunders and David Aldridge in terms of having to make a more significant contribution. I liked what Wally Szczerbiak said at the halftime interview with DA when he said how nice that would be to have that home court advantage and be able to prepare at home and get off to hopefully a 2-0 lead and be in control as opposed to always scrambling back and have it be so tenuous.
And as we said, at 31-8 at Target Center, that would give them, at least psychologically, if nothing else, they'd finally get that monkey off their back about not having home court for the first time in the last 7 years. 6 straight they went without it, and we know the results.
Beautiful execution. Screen down, post up the screener.
Barry got a hand on the pass that Garnett had intended for Peeler. Brent's only points, 2 3-pointers in the first half.
Brent really can't run it right now at this point in the season.
Speaking of 3-pointers, Ray Allen knocks down his first of the night.
And that's the beauty of having somebody who you have to double team. Rashard Lewis is so good. Flip Saunders has made the commitment. Look, we got to take the ball out of his hands. Are you going to give Ray Allen wide open shots?
Our 10th lead change, make it 11, as Szczerbiak gives it right back to Minnesota. We had 8 lead changes in the second quarter alone, and it's going to be one of those kind of games, apparently. Here's a steal by Garnett.
Oh, nice pass.
Szczerbiak kind of fly in and off the glass.
But the look away by Kevin Garnett froze the defense. He had Anthony Peeler streaking down the left sideline, and it was the look, just the eye movement that freed it up.
And that is Kevin Garnett's 6th assist on that break to Szczerbiak.
It's amazing how effortlessly he piles up huge numbers.
Lewis got a shot over Garnett, a good one. Richard's got 10. That's something that will track for you at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Kevin Garnett, you know, is going to get a double-double. If he gets a triple-double, they haven't lost this year. He leads the NBA with 6 triple-doubles, and he's kind of on that kind of pace right now.
He plays so hard in every aspect. the dribbling, the passing, the leadership, the rebounding, coming from the weak side to try to block shots. I mean, he is in the air every single possession. Most triple-doubles this season.
And he had one the other night in the win over Portland, 16, 14, and 12. Bill talked about that in the open, and when he has a triple-double, they're 6-0.
Sacramento's playing well. Chris Webber would have more. Chris Webber would probably have the lead if he hadn't sprained that ankle and missed those 10 games this year. Webber awesome again last night, just controlled the game against Seattle.
Zerbiak's going to be called for a foul inside. And there are the numbers tonight. So it's a double-double already. He leads the NBA in that capacity, and then we'll watch his assists.
Well, if he keeps passing to Wally Zerbiak,
he's got a good chance, doesn't he?
Oh, just missed.
Just a little bit. I thought that touched the rim. Apparently it didn't. Shot clock never reset. It looked like the trajectory of the ball changed. Apparently not. That trajectory won't change too much.
Throw it down. Reggie Evans, undrafted. Showing the exemplary coaching and teaching he got from Steve Alford over at Iowa. They really think he's got an incredible future here.
Drobniak with a foul on the baseline on Garnett's move. Here's that last power dunk coming up.
This was really a bizarre series. I mean, you got Drobniak taking a three-pointer from one side. It did graze the rim, by the way.
I think it did, yeah.
And then Ray Allen backs out, takes another three from the other corner. A pickup game.
And we're tied again at 51.
Drobniak's doing a good job off the ball on Kevin Garnett.
That ball came free to Garnett, and when he gets it in there, he gets his first basket of the quarter. How scary might they be?
We're going to find out tomorrow night. Sacramento at the Lakers.
And then we're going to find out Sunday on ABC, the Lakers in Portland. Garnett and Drobniak battling for the ball, and it'll be Sonics ball on the baseline.
Has Brent Berry taken any shots other than threes tonight?
No. Oh, he has? Oh, I didn't think he had.
I couldn't remember.
Might be one right here. And got it.
The legend from the East Bay of San Francisco, the son of the Hall of Famer, the Oregon State Beaver. Went to Oregon State when they actually had a good team up there.
Hudson got a pick from Garnett. Peeler's going to take a three. He's a good shooter. He just doesn't shoot much.
Which I'm surprised at. You would think that as talented as he is, they would try to get him 10 to 15 shots a game.
You saw one game from him this year where he hit 2 or 3 threes in a half and then really didn't shoot much again. What a very nice pass.
Throw it down, Jerome. Throw it down.
Jerome has thrown 2 down for his 4 points.
And now he's got the head-to-head defensive matchup against Kevin Garnett. KG should step to the perimeter, up to the high post, and tool him with quickness and experience. Sonic defense coming alive here.
There's Garnett. Nice feed from Nesterovic.
We've heard over the year about this special relationship between Rasho and KG. We've seen it a couple times tonight.
Three-pointer goes from Ray Allen. And the whole building heating up now.
It's as if Anthony Peeler doesn't know that Ray Allen prefers to go left. He's shading him to his left, and that's the strength of Ray's game, facing the hoop from the perimeter.
Zerbiak, who had the hot first half to lead all scorers. And he'll take the shot. Not going to get the roll, though.
Wally has not had good looks here in the third quarter that he had in the early going.
Berry, great one, bounce pass. Lewis missed it, though.
Berry had so many great years with the Clippers. Wonderful to watch in all aspects of the game.
Hudson outside rips it.
Why would you back off a guy like that? Especially when he lit you up the last time you played him for 31.
Yeah. Actually had games of 16, 21, and 31, so he's played well in all 3 previous games. Allen again behind a pick, another 3.
Going left again. This has been a home court series between these two teams for years. Minnesota has lost 7 of the last 8 games. Great defense by Ray Allen.
Forces a turnover.
And this is Flip Saunders' worst nightmare. The crowd is into it.
Minnesota has only won 4 times ever in Seattle out of 27 games. So it's been Sonics at home. And Flip talked to Bill and I before that. He says, man, these guys are so good here compared to when you get them on the road. Sometimes they can be good on the road, too, but this is their place.
Well, the style they play is much more conducive to playing at home. Feeding off the crowd to get the threes off of the penetration and dish. Great team defense by Minnesota. Rashard Lewis not having his finest hour tonight.
Only one of the last 8, and there's the numbers Bill and I were talking about.
4 and 23 all time.
Zerbiak gives it right back to Garnett. He'll wheel and deal. Got the roll. 20 for KG.
The ability to silence the crowd. That's what MVPs do. Just when they think they're going to be able to take over Kevin Garnett. This guy's hot as could be.
And he missed one finally.
Well, they've come with Kendall Gill on him now. Maybe Kendall can play a little bit more intelligent defense and disciplined defense.
Nice speed by Gill to Nesterovic.
Flip Saunders at the sideline giving Kendall Gill some instructions about how to guard Ray Allen. But as hot as Ray is now, I don't know if that's going to be able to help.
Ray's hit 3 of his last 4 from three-point land. Here he is, giving off, dropping the yak on the baseline. Garnett's got another rebound. He'll lead the break. Gill runs with him, so Zerbiak. Got it.
Beautiful basketball. Defense, fast break. Rasho Nesterovic igniting it, and then strong finishes by Wally Zerbiak, forcing Nate McMillan. All he can do is call yet another timeout.
Minnesota's biggest lead of the second half has swelled to 7. They've done it in a variety of ways. Kevin Garnett got the shooter's roll. Then it was the great dish from Gill to Nesterovic. And finally, on the break, finishing strong, Gill, Zerbiak, and Garnett, each with 20-plus. Minnesota leads 68-61. Take a breath, Stu.
You're overwhelming us, Stu.
Watch Minnesota on the break. Rasho Nesterovic is right in midcourt. He's going to be the guy. We talked about the great passing of Minnesota. And Nesterovic, just watch the timing on this one. First it was Hudson down to Kendall Gill, and boop, he got it right where he needed it. And then on that last break, several guys could have taken this. Gill could have taken it, given it back. Garnett, he got to Zerbiak. And Minnesota, as I mentioned before the previous timeout, they lead the NBA in assists on field goals. 65% of their field goals come off assists. The league average is about 60, and tonight they're doing that same thing, so they again show how unselfish they can be with the ball.
The ball movement is always a trademark of a championship-level team. Combine that with defense, combine that with the optimism and hope that comes when you have a chance to get the ball back. Rashard Lewis trying to get something going here.
His second basket of the quarter, 12 for the game for Rashard, who's averaging about 18.
But there has never been a team that's won big time that didn't play as a true team and gave it up willingly and often. And that's what Flip Saunders has built here. Oh,
Gill around a pick, but off the mark.
Not a good-looking shot.
Now he has to pick up Ray Allen on the other end. He and Garnett will double team him momentarily.
I'd leave Kevin Ollie to be the wide-open shooter here.
Ray Allen got it back on the baseline and knocked it down. That's his 4th 3 of the quarter. The 189th of his season.
We've been giving all the props to Minnesota for their passing. How about that? Swing it all the way around and then come back with the baseline pass.
12 in the quarter for Ray. 12 in the first half, so 24 for the game. And a long ways to go. 1:45 in the third. Timberwolves by 2. Timberwolves by 4.
That is an impossible shot. The only guys that make are Smith.
Bogdanovich over. Kevin Garnett missed that one, and Wally Zerbiak got an easy rebound. Kevin did all the work, and that one fell in Wally's lap.
The most athletic guy maybe in the entire league.
Makes a tough catch on a pass there, and now we'll go to work offensively. Wow. Big show, you gotta be kidding.
Better not take either one of those two guys.
Remember what he did in the first half, how quickly the lead became Seattle's.
Everything totally fell apart for the Wolves at that moment.
Ali. Well, what a pick by Campbell, but the ball comes loose. Joe Smith throws it right back to Ray Allen.
Goodness gracious sakes alive. How many times do you have to tell you never throw the outlet pass on the middle of the floor?
They just don't listen. Bill, they won't listen. Wally Zerbiak.
In a regular season game where Orlando desperately needs to win. I just wish some of the other guys on Orlando would come and start playing with Tracy all the time instead of standing around watching.
Here's a double team.
Eldon
hustling on defense, forces a Minnesota turnover. Allen, spot up three. Got it! Timeout, Minnesota.
The coach.
He just came up with a big steal as well. And now Lewis will try the long jumper. Campbell keeps it alive.
Eldon Campbell has been a major factor here. Probably the difference. Is he in good enough health and condition to go the rest of the way?
Here he is offensively. The kick out. They move it around. The extra pass. Radmanovic. He got it.
This is an unbelievable shooting clinic by Seattle.
2-point lead by Seattle, their biggest of the second half. Now Zerbiak and Garnett have to go back to work. And a foul, Kevin Ollie.
Kevin Garnett's got to come alive here. That's what MVPs do. You got to get the crowd out of it. Kevin Garnett is just doing everything out there. He's trying to come and double. This is an incredibly difficult shot by Radmanovic.
Peeler wanted a pick and roll with Garnett. Now he's going to have to force him the ball. 2 on the shot clock. He got another one. How many times is he going to hit that shot? It gets more difficult each time, and with the clock winding down, he ties it at 78.
Beyond description. And now Flip Saunders coming back with Rasher Nesterovic, not happy with the job that Joe Smith has been able to do.
Campbell got it. Chance for a 3-point play.
Or not do. Kevin Garnett answering the call virtually every time. He's got the mismatch. Ray Allen, there's no way. I mean, Ray Allen was fully extended, and then Eldon Campbell overpowering. 7 feet tall. Who knows how many pounds on that beautiful body and statuesque physique for Eldon Campbell.
He's been around a long time, acquired on February 20th for Kenny Anderson going to New Orleans. And a chance for a big 3-point play for the old veteran. He got it. And he gives his team now a 3-point lead.
The double teaming has really hurt Minnesota here.
Zerbiak going to give up a shot. Nope. Took it back in. Should have taken it the first time.
Tentative.
And I'm not quite sure why. He's been shooting lights out all night.
Who'd they call that foul on?
I think on Campbell.
Can't believe this.
They called it on Eldon Campbell. Shove on Nesterovic from behind. So Minnesota, a fresh clock, 6.5 to play. Sonics leading by 3.
They're just playing zone defense right now, Seattle is.
Peeler. And again, Peeler scores. And again, why doesn't he shoot a little more often? Had a big 3-pointer in the third quarter. His first basket of the fourth has made it a 1-point game.
The execution from the high post by Kevin Garnett has been flawless all night. Not only scoring, not only passing like that time, but the screening, the footwork, the decoy.
Allen around to Nesterovic all the way. Brings it back. Lewis lost the handle.
Minnesota has played vastly superior ball, and Rasher Nesterovic has been on top of his game as he has throughout the second half. When he went out there for that brief stretch, the Wolves fell apart.
And Hudson, likewise, loses it, stripped by Ollie. 4-on-2. Lewis over Garnett.
We are seeing play after play of spectacular skill, athleticism, teamwork. What a game.
Kevin Ollie, the no-look pass. Lewis over Garnett. Chance for a 3. Into instant points on the other end as well. Kevin Ollie led the break. And because of those two, another chance for a three-point play as Lewis goes to the free throw line trying to cap off what he did right before the timeout, and he does. So that's the third old-fashioned three-point play of this quarter, if you will.
And such a critical game for Seattle because they have by far the toughest remaining schedule of the teams that are chasing that last 8th playoff spot.
Garnett lost the handle again. Comes free.
Rasho everywhere.
Hudson a runner.
Magical turmoil that they're facing in their matchup with the Lakers.
Set twice by the Lakers in the last week. Here was the inbound play and the foul on Lewis.
That's a foul. Like just run into the guy and fall down, and the referee calls a foul.
Hudson hits both free throws. 4-point game. 3 to go.
Hudson is the 4th best free throw shooter in the NBA, but he has significantly lower percentage in late game pressure situations.
The guy that's handling it right now is the 2nd best free throw shooter in the NBA. Here's Lewis. Got fouled by Peeler trying to sneak through there. Turnovers leading to points. There's another one. We don't know if it'll lead to points, but another Minnesota turnover as their ball handling and passing has just fallen apart here in the 4th quarter.
Lack of mental concentration. It was so easy for him early on. We have a report from David Aldridge, DA.
Well, that's what Flip Saunders was talking about in the huddle. He implored his team, got to take care of the basketball. It's very surprising for a team that's one of the best in the league. Fewest turnovers. They're 6th in the league and aren't getting it done in the second half.
Radmanovic with a runner.
Well, that's a heat check there.
I guess so. It's the hottest time of the night for the Sonics. They lead by 8.
He might want to tighten that headband up even a little more.
Hudson. Nesterovic off his miss scores.
Finally, something positive. But guys like Ray Allen who can shoot free throws so well, Rashard Lewis, Radmanovic, who's got an outstanding stroke at the line. It's very difficult to come back on Seattle.
2 minutes left. Allen through traffic. Campbell baseline jumper. Kevin Garnett another rebound. His 17th rebound.
My statistical analysis of Eldon Campbell's game shows he's much more effective when he has his shirt tucked in.
We'll follow that. Garnett out to Hudson. Hudson didn't get the roll. Kept it alive somehow, though. And still Minnesota ball.
Flip Saunders says, get the ball in play quickly before they have a conference on that.
6-point game with 1:32 remaining. Minnesota needs its 2 big stars to start to shine. This is one of them. Serbiak, I thought he walked with it. So did the Seattle bench.
Offensive foul. Kevin Garnett trying to get the position. They've done such a nice job. Seattle hasn't taken the ball out of Kevin Garnett's hands.
He hasn't scored in 5.5 minutes. And things looking dim right now for Minnesota.
And he's so frustrated, all he can do is foul to try to get the ball on the offensive glass.
He does have 26 points and 17 rebounds. But
that is little solace, right? The fact that they lose this game.
Last year, Minnesota was 50-32. They were looking for their 49th win here tonight. With 2 home games remaining, it kind of looked like, well, you know, maybe 51 and something. But it has started to slip away here.
And that would be the greatest regular season in franchise history.
Right, they've had a couple of 50-win years, but Radmanovic has 11 points in this game. Minnesota timeout as they trail now by 8 with 1:25 left.
Seattle likes to do.
This is only Kevin Garnett's 20th three-pointer of the year. As versatile as he is, he doesn't take a lot of those, and he buried it when his team so desperate. Ray of hope alive for their playoff dream. Minnesota trying to win to get closer to being a home court advantage team in the number 4 spot, but it's slipping away from the Wolves right now. Garnett, it slipped away from him. Now they'll probably have to foul Ray Allen. He's the number 2 free throw shooter in the league.
Kevin Garnett cannot believe that ball was right in his wheelhouse. Going into the lane and wide open and just couldn't control it.
Minnesota has 9 turnovers this quarter. And Ray Allen's a 91% plus free throw shooter. And then he knew he had to foul Ray Allen, and there was the look.
The frustration, the exasperation, the sense of desperation. Seeing it all slip away, a chance to move ahead of the Portland Trailblazers into the 4th spot.
It's becoming evaporation. 97-90. And it's fading away here as the Sonics. Healer will take a 3. Lewis way up for the rebound. Minnesota knows it now, and they foul Kevin Ollie anyway with 33 seconds to go. Minnesota looked like a team playing against 6 defenders trying to break the full court press. It became a comedy of errors with how many bad passes they threw and how well the Sonics not only took those bad passes and turnovers, but turned them into points.
First thing that goes through your mind, or that should go through your mind when you're turning the ball over and getting beat by trapping defenses, is forget the plays and come to the ball. All those replays were of Timberwolves running away from the ball, 18 to 25-foot passes as opposed to 8 to 12-foot passes. Their own worst enemies tonight.
Garnett tried a 3. Lewis another rebound.
Congratulations to the Sonics. Their hopes and dreams are alive. They outworked the Timberwolves for the vast majority of this game, particularly down the critical moments of the 4th quarter.
Excellent game. Kevin Garnett, great numbers, but Ray Allen's numbers more impressive. He got one in the win column.